Have you ever noticed that a certain powerful man is not included in Hisoka's toy box? Hello, this is the Hunter x Hunter Institute. In this video, we would like to thoroughly discuss why this specific character cannot be found in Hisoka's toy box. 1. The characters who are in Hisoka's toy box. The characters in Hisoka's toy box include Gon, Killua, Kurapika, and Leorio, who are known as the 4 main characters of the story. Next are the Phantom Troop members Chrollo, Finks, Phaeton, Nobunaga, Franklin, and Machi. Then there are the Hunter exam proctors Satots, Menshi, and Buhara, followed by the members of the Zoldyck family Zeno, Silva, Illumi, and Kaluto. Then we have 4 members from the Zodiac 12, Ginta, Sayu, Kanzai, and Mizaistom. And finally in his toy box are Jing, Biscuit, and Hanzo. The first point to note is that Hisoka does not include Kortopi, Shanark, Bonolenov, and Shizuku from the Phantom Troop in his toy box. Perhaps these 4 members were people that were not on Hisoka's radar or thought to be a threat. And among the Zodiac 12 and Triple Star Hunters, Botobai and Cheetle are not included. We understand why Cheetle isn't included because her skills and abilities are not suited for combat. But it is strange that Botobai, a Triple Star terrorist hunter and one of the most powerful members of the Zodiacs, did not get included in Hisoka's toy box. Perhaps it is because they have never met in person. But in this video, we will consider why Razor, who Hisoka had a direct confrontation with during a dodgeball match on Greed Island, did not make it into Hisoka's toy box. If Hisoka faced Razor and saw how strong he is firsthand, why is he not included in Hisoka's toy box? 2. Why Razor is not included in the toy box. We would like to examine 5 theories. The first theory is that Razor is lacking in strength. Did Razor's abilities not appear significant in Hisoka's eyes? Or did Hisoka judge that Razor was not very strong in normal combat, even though he was strong in dodgeball with its particular rules? However, when the Phantom Troop members directly arrived on Greed Island by boat and confronted Razor, Finks said, "This guy is strong." Since the troop attempted to enter Greed Island in a way that was against the rules of the game, Razor got rid of them using the spell card Eliminate, and soon after blew up the Phantom Troop's boat by spiking an aura ball into it. Now that was a tremendously powerful feat. Also, when Razor received Gon's Jajanken dodgeball, Biscuit said his timing had to be perfect and he deflected the force so smoothly. This man is seriously good. It is difficult to think that Razor is lacking in ability when the Phantom Troop and Biscuit recognize his strength. The second theory is, during the Greed Island arc, Hisoka's mind was too busy with thoughts about Chrollo. The reason Hisoka was participating in the Greed Island game in the first place was to search for a Nen Exorcist to remove Kurapika's judgment chain from Chrollo. Hisoka infiltrated the Phantom Troop to fight their leader Chrollo, and has been looking for an opportunity to fight Chrollo for a long time. But it was difficult for Hisoka to make a move, since Chrollo would always have at least 2 troop members at his side at all times. So he teamed up with Kurapika and finally thought he could fight Chrollo. But during this time, Kurapika used his Nen ability Judgment Chain, which pierced Chrollo's heart with Kurapika's chain. That would ultimately kill Chrollo if he ever used Nen again. This made Chrollo unable to use Nen, so Hisoka could not have a fair match with him. Wanting to fight Chrollo at any cost, Hisoka accepts Chrollo's request to find a Nen Exorcist to remove the judgment chain from his heart and decides to play Greed Island. With such a strong desire to fight Chrollo, it is possible that Hisoka was not interested in Razor at all. However, Biscuit, who Hisoka met during the Greed Island arc, is in Hisoka's toy box. Furthermore, when Kaluto found the Nen Exorcist in Greed Island, Hisoka said to Kaluto, "You look delicious too." And Kaluto is also included in Hisoka's toy box. When Hisoka detected Kaluto's presence, even when Kaluto had a perfect Zetsu, Hisoka said to him, "I had a really fun battle," indicating that I just finished a really fun battle and my senses are heightened right now. After his dodgeball match. From this remark, we can tell that the dodgeball match with Razor left quite a strong strong impression on Hisoka. Therefore, it is questionable whether the second theory, during the Greed Island arc, Hisoka's mind was too busy with thoughts about Chrollo, is the reason why Razor is not in Hisoka's toy box. The third theory is Razor is clearly stronger than Hisoka. In other words, this theory suggests that Hisoka does not show interest in opponents who are significantly stronger than him. It is impossible to say for certain because no combat scenes outside of dodgeball are depicted with Razor, but objectively, it is unlikely that this theory is true. This is because Hisoka's toy box includes Jing, who is stronger than Razor. After the dodgeball match, Razor said, "I was caught by Jing and sentenced to life in prison, so I was hired by him to come here." This indicates that Razor is weaker than Jing. Furthermore, before the final phase of the Hunter exam, Hisoka said to Netero during their interview, "By the way, you are currently the person I want to fight the most," suggesting that Hisoka also has interest in opponents who are significantly stronger than him, such as the superior Netero. Even though Netero was not in combat mode at all, Hisoka was able to see through Netero's strength, as expected from a highly skilled Nen user. In any case, it can be said that it is unlikely that Hisoka does not show interest in opponents simply because they are strong. So it is reasonable to exclude the third theory, Razor is clearly stronger than Hisoka. The fourth theory is Hisoka lost interest because he figured out Razor's Nen ability. In other words, this theory suggests that after Hisoka saw Razor's main Nen ability during the dodgeball match and actually receiving his ball, Hisoka now knows Razor's strength and lost interest in him. During the Heaven's Arena arc, Hisoka enjoyed his battle with Castro at first, but when he saw Castro's ability double, Hisoka said, "I already got the gist of this. From now on, I can pretty much predict what kind of attacks will come and how to deal with them." It's very disappointing. From this, we know that it is a fact that Hisoka loses interest in opponents once he understands their abilities and strength. However, Hisoka should already be familiar with Gon's abilities and strength, yet he looks forward to Gon's growth. So we believe that Castro simply could not have exceeded the rate of growth that Hisoka had hoped for. Therefore, it is unlikely that Hisoka loses interest in his opponents simply because he understands their Nen abilities. So the fourth theory, Hisoka lost interest because he figured out Razor's Nen ability, can also be ruled out. The fifth and final theory is Hisoka was satisfied with the fight against Razor in dodgeball. Personally, we think this theory is the most likely. Hisoka had a great match alongside Gon and Killua, where the three of them gave it their all. So perhaps Hisoka wanted to leave his fight against Razor with a good impression by ending it in dodgeball. Also, when Razor received Gon's Jajanken dodgeball that Gon put all his power into, Hisoka said, "You will win this one, Gon," and shot the ball back with the recoil from his bungee gum, winning the game. In Hisoka's mind, this match against Razor was a perfect victory. It is possible that he was satisfied with it because he had such an enjoyable match, even if it was not an actual battle. Hisoka's desire to fight someone originates from his curiosity, so we think that Hisoka's curiosity of Razor was completely satisfied by their dodgeball match. This concludes our discussion of the 5 possible reasons that Razor is not included in Hisoka's toy box. It is also worth noting that there are characters like Shaunark and Bonolenov that are not included in the toy box, while Leorio, who is clearly weaker than these two characters, is included. This suggests that strength alone is not the determining factor for being in Hisoka's toy box, and that other factors such as potential and Hisoka's personal preference also play a role. It's interesting that you can't understand what Hisoka is thinking of on a whim, which is one of his charming points. What do you think about this? Let us know in the comments. We'll continue to post videos to show how great Hunter x Hunter is, so don't forget to subscribe to our channel. That's all for today. See you all again in the next video.